The most fun you'll ever have in algebra is working with application problems. And we are on Chapter 2, Section 3 and 4. And these are Learning Plan 6. We're going to translate from words to mathematical expressions. We're going to write equations from given information. We're going to distinguish between simplifying expressions and solving equations. We're going to use the 6 steps in solving an applied problem. And then we're going to solve problems for percents, investments, mixtures, money, uniform motion, and angles. Let's get started. How do we translate from math into, or English into math? Well, the chart on page 67 shows us a hint that there are several key words that help us make these translations. If you notice, the addition ones go by the word sum. More than, what people screw up with this more than is they put the 6 at the beginning, but if you notice, it's at the end. So when you see the word more than, you put the number after that. 3 plus a number, notice just 24 added to a number is the same thing. You have to switch the order. 24 added to a number, so the number goes first. A number increased by 5 and the sum of 2 numbers. It's not so urgent that you do that with addition, but subtraction, it is important. 2 less than a number. Notice that 2 goes at the end. It's not 2 minus n, it's n minus 2. 2 less a number, okay, less means to subtract. So see the difference between those two? They put the word than in, and it switches the order. 12 minus a number, that goes in the regular order. A number decreased by 12, that goes in the regular order. A number subtracted from, notice the 10's going to go first. So we're going to put the number after the 10. From a number, subtract 10 is another way of saying that the other way around. And then the difference, of course, we know difference means subtraction. For multiplication, pretty easy. Times multiplied by 2/3 of. The word of sometimes means multiply. As much as, twice or thrice a number, something like that. And then product, of course, is the answer in a multiplication sentence. Division, the quotient, remember quotient is the word for division, a number divided by, and then the ratio or the quotient of 2 numbers. So the only ones to watch out for are those more than and less than situations that we have to be careful about. Let's translate these. Four times a number added to 7. Would be this one right here. 4 times a number plus 7 would be the second one. 4 times a number subtract 7. And 4 times a number times 7 plus that number is the last one. Next one, the product of 6 and 1 less than. Notice the 1 less than is going to go at the end. So it's x minus 1, and then product means multiply. So it's 6 times x minus 1. Now that we know how to do that, let's write some equations then. Translate each of these into an equation. The sum, that means add. I'm going to use n for number, plus 6 and 6 is 28. Now we can solve that, of course, subtract 6 from each side, and we get the number is, 22. But it doesn't ask us for that. The product of a number, I'm going to use the letter n, and 7, so I'm going to put the 7 in front of that, is twice the number plus 12. That one's a little bit more complicated. I'm not going to solve it now. Well, we'll solve it later on when we get to it. The quotient, that means divide, of a number and 6 added to twice the number is 7. So there you see you've got a fraction going on that you're going to have to be careful about when you solve that equation. Let's do the next one and see how you do. Okay, so we have 3 times a number is, oh, I'm sorry. No, I don't have that part right. 3 times a number added to negative 10 is 13 times the number. 3n plus negative 10 is 13n. That's the first one, isn't it? Okay, and then it says solve it. Let's subtract 3n from each side. And we get negative 10 is 10n, so n is negative 1. Okay, next one. So it's important that we know what are we supposed to be doing in these problems? In other words, do we simplify the expression or do we solve the equation? An expression translates as a phrase, an equation as an equal sign. So this first one is an equation, and we're going to solve it. The second one is an expression, and we're going to simplify it. Now, how do we go about doing this? I'm going to change colors here, and let's go through the process. For this first one, we multiply out the parentheses, 5x minus 3x minus 6, right? Negative makes that negative 6 equals 7. 5x minus 3x is 2x. Add 6 to both sides. We get 2x equals 13. X is 13 halves. Simplify 5x minus 3x minus 6. Simplify it. 5x minus 3x is 2x minus 6. So that's all that you can do with that when you don't get an answer. Okay, so you're supposed to decide whether it's an expression or an equation, and then simplify it or solve it. Okay, this is an equation, so we're going to solve it. 3 times 2x is 6x. 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. 5 times x plus 5 times 3. Subtract 5x from both sides. Add 12 to both sides. And we get x equals 27. Next one. There's no equation, so it's going to be an expression. Let's multiply it out. Negative 10x minus 30 plus 4 times 9 is 36x plus 36. Combine these two, we get 26x. Combine these two, we get plus 6. Okay, next one. Now that we know that part, we're going to use the 6 steps of problem solving. So let's find out what those 6 steps are. Read the problem. How long do you read it? You read it till you know what you're supposed to do. Assign the variable. Write the equation. Solve it. The answer is sometimes the equation, but sometimes it isn't, and then check your answer. Okay. These problem-solving steps you might want to highlight on page 67 of your textbook. The length of the rectangle is 5 centimeters more than the width. First thing I'm going to do is draw a picture. Here's the length and here's the width. The perimeter is 5 times the width. What are the dimensions of the rectangle? Okay, so we've got the width. This is the width plus 5 because it says 5 more than the width. Perimeter is twice the length plus twice the width. That's one of the formulas that we wrote down at the beginning of our chapter. And I think we have enough information to solve this problem. Perimeter, it says, is 5 times the width. So 5W is, the length is W plus 5, so 2 times W plus 5 plus 2W. Let's multiply it out. 5W equals 2W plus 10 plus 2W. Combine our W's, we get 4W plus 10. 5W equals 4W plus 10. Subtract 4W. And our width is 10. So the width is 10. That means the length is 15. 10, 10, 15, and 15 makes 50. 50 is 5 times as much as 10, so our dimensions are 10 by 15. Next one. Okay. Has a perimeter which is 11 times more than the length of a side, decreased by 21. It's a square, so this is the side, this is the side. A square, the perimeter of a square is 4 times the side. The perimeter, a square plywood platform has a perimeter which is 11 times more than the length of a side, decreased by 21. So 11s minus 21. That's what the perimeter is. 11s, 11 times the length of a side, decreased by, so subtract 21. That's 4s. Let's subtract 4s from both sides. We get 7s, add 21 to both sides, equals 21, divide both sides by 7. The side is 3. Okay, so if we take 3 and 3 and 3 and 3, that's 12. That's 11 times 3,